Hi, this is your Aunt Debbie. It's November 4th, 2019, and I'm going to tell you the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks. She lived with her mother and father in a pretty little house out in the country. One day, Goldilocks asked her mommy, "Mommy, can I go outside and play by myself today?" And her mother said, "Yes, you may, Goldilocks, but you must be sure not to go in the woods and stay where I can find you or call you for lunch." "Okay, Mommy," Goldilocks said, "I promise I'll do that." And she ran outside into the beautiful sunshine. Goldilocks played around in the yard for a little while, and then she picked some flowers and went over to pick some more flowers and found herself near some beautiful trees. One flower led to the next until pretty soon Goldilocks was quite deep in the woods, and she realized she was lost and that she had disobeyed her mom. Oh, she was so scared. She didn't know what to do, but she just started running and running until she was out of breath and hungry and tired. "What am I going to do?" she cried. Then she decided, "I'll just keep walking until I find a house. I don't know what else." So she walked and walked, and eventually she saw a little cottage deep in the woods. Goldilocks ran to the cottage and knocked on the door and cried out, "Is anybody home?" But nobody answered. Goldilocks decided to open the front door and peek inside and call. So she did that. She opened the door and called out, "Is anybody home?" But nobody answered. So she called a little louder, "Is anybody home?" Not a sound. So Goldilocks crept inside, and she was so hungry that she immediately felt herself going toward the dining room table where there were 3 cereal bowls sitting on it. A large bowl, a medium bowl, and a small bowl. Goldilocks ran to the large bowl because she was really hungry. She sat down, took a great big bite, and it was so hot. She could hardly swallow it. But she got it down, and then in a minute she looked over at the medium bowl and thought, "That's probably better." So she moved over to the medium bowl, took a bite, but it was too cold. "This cereal is too cold," said Goldilocks, and she looked over at the small bowl. "That bowl looks just my size," she said. And she went over, sat down at the little chair, took a bite, and the cereal was just right. Not too hot and not too cold. She ate every last little bit of it. "Oh," Goldilocks sighed, "I wish I had a chair to sit in. I am tired after all that walking." So she moved out to the living room, and there were 3 chairs. A big chair, a medium chair, and a little rocking chair. Goldilocks went over to the big chair and crawled up onto it and sat there for a minute, and then realized, "This chair is way too big for me." So she went to the medium chair. It looked softer too. She pulled herself up, and sure enough, it was a very cozy, soft chair, but still too big. So Goldilocks looked over at the rocking chair and thought, I want to rock in that little rocking chair. And she got down, went over to the rocking chair, and started rocking. It was all padded and soft, and it just fit. She was a happy little girl. But all of a sudden, crash! The rocking chair broke into pieces, and she fell to the floor. Goldilocks jumped up and said, "Oh no, I've broken the chair. What's going to happen to me? I'm in so much trouble." She started crying and said, "I just want to go to bed. I'm so tired. I don't even want to think about this." Then she looked over and saw some stairs that led upstairs to the bedrooms. She thought, guess I'll go up there and see what I see. I hope I don't run into anybody. So she went up the stairs and she peeked in the great big bedroom, and there were 3 beds. A giant one, a medium one, and a little cot. She ran over to the giant one because Goldilocks always liked big things. She always wanted the biggest. And she managed to climb up the bedpole and get onto the top of the bed, but it was so hard. She thought, this bed is too hard. And then she saw the medium bed and decided, I'll go over there. She got up onto the medium bed, plopped down on it, and it was so soft and nice. But it was so big, she still felt like she was riding on the ocean. So she peeked over at the baby bed and thought, I belong over there. And she slipped down from the mama bed, went over to the little bed, got inside, and oh, it was so soft and so comfy, and it fit just right. Goldilocks snuggled up and went fast asleep. While Goldilocks was sleeping, the 3 bears who lived in this house came home. And Papa Bear immediately went over to his cereal bowl and said, somebody ate my cereal. Mama Bear looked at her bowl and said,